Today I am going to explain about Thevenin's theorem. The statement of this Thevenin's theorem is a linear network having number of voltage sources and a resistance. They can be replaced by an equivalent network having a single voltage source called Thevenin's voltage and a single resistance called Thevenin's resistance. This is the statement. So which explains that this is a linear network which contains number of resistances and a voltage source, this along with a load resistance. This can be replaced into a Thevenin's network which contains a single voltage source called Thevenin's voltage VTH and a single resistance called Thevenin's resistance RTH along with a load resistance. This is the statement of Thevenin's theorem. Now let us go with the explanation. First thing we have to do is to find the Thevenin's voltage, that is to find VTH. Consider the network with EMF E, resistors R1, R2, R3. Here the load resistance is replaced by the Thevenin's voltage. Now let us take the direction of the current flowing from the cell I. We know from Kirchhoff's current law, the current entering the node is equal to current leaving the node. This is the statement of Kirchhoff's current law. From the loop 1, this is the direction of the current. So from this loop we can say IR1 plus IR2 equal to E. So in this I is common, I into R1 plus R2 equal to E. So I equal to E by R1 plus R2. This is the current in this loop. Now while coming to the second loop, the current is 0 because there is no further movement of the current. So here it is 0. IR3 equal to 0. So here we get VTH is equal to IR2. Only the current flows through R2. So in this junction, it may be in this direction or this direction, IR2 equal to VTH. So VTH equal to I value we know E by R1 plus R2. So E divided by R1 plus R2 into R2. This is the Thevenin's voltage. So this is the Thevenin's voltage. If this EMF has internal resistance, so here the internal resistance is 0. If it is not 0, then we have VTH equal to ER2 divided by R1 plus R plus R2. This is the Thevenin's voltage when we have some internal resistance R. So now second, let us find the Thevenin's resistance. We have to find the Thevenin's resistance RTH. So here the EMF, the cell is replaced and the cell is removed and the wires are short circuited. Now in this we can say R1 and R2 are parallel. These two are parallel. R1 and R2 are parallel. So we have the resistance in parallel, two resistors connected in parallel. We have R equal to R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Now this circuit is in series with this. So R and R3 are in series. So we have RTH, the Thevenin's resistance, as R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2 plus R3. This is the Thevenin's resistance. Let us take it as 2. Similarly, if we have internal resistance, then the Thevenin's resistance becomes R1 plus R into R2 divided by R1 plus R plus R2 plus R3. Because here if we have internal resistance R1 and R2 are in series. So we'll get R1 plus R. Okay, this is the Thevenin's resistance. So this is the explanation. Now we will go with the proof. The proof for the Thevenin's theorem. So in the case for the proof, let us consider two circuits. This is the circuit number 1. This is the equivalent circuit. This is equivalent circuit or Thevenin's circuit. Thevenin's circuit. Now from 1, let us take from figure 1, that is from first circuit, let us take the effective resistance. So before going to effective resistance, here we can see R3 and RL are in series. So R3 and RL are in series. So we get R3 plus RL, right? Now these two are in series, so R3 plus RL. This is connected in parallel with the R2. So R3 plus RL and R2 are in parallel. So the equation becomes R3 plus RL into R2 divided by R2 plus R3 plus RL. Now this whole circuit is in series with R1. So this one R2 into R3 plus RL divided by R2 plus R3 plus RL and R1 are in series again. So the total effective resistance R effective equal to R1 plus R2 into R3 plus RL divided by R2 plus R3 plus RL. This is the effective resistance. Let us consider this is equation number 3. Now the current in the circuit. So the current I is flowing in the circuit. The current in the circuit we know from Ohm's law. So from Ohm's law, V equal to IR. So I equal to V by R. V or E by R. Both means the same. So now E divided by, here R is R effective. Total resistances. So I equal to E divided by, we know R effective value is R1 plus R2 into R3 plus R1 by R2 plus R3 plus RL. So we'll substitute here, we get R1 plus R2 into R3 plus RL divided by R2 plus R3 plus RL. This is the current I in the circuit. So or else we can take LCM. After simplification we get E into R2 plus R3 plus RL. We'll take this to the numerator divided by R1 R2 plus R1 R3 plus R1 RL plus R2 R3 plus R2 RL. So this is the current in the circuit. Now take this as equation number 4. The current through the load resistance. Now in this circuit, this is the load resistance. So the current through the load resistance I dash, the value is I dash equal to, here I is flowing in this direction, I is following. So I R2 divided by R2 plus R3 plus RL. So if we need this, this is the simplified equation. The original equation is, from this we can say I dash R3. So I dash R3 in this direction. So I dash R3 plus I dash, here also I dash RL plus I dash RL minus, because in this direction the current is in the reverse direction. So it will become I minus I dash. So it is in reverse direction. So I minus I dash into R2, which is equal to 0. Now I dash R3 plus I dash RL minus I R2 plus I dash R2 equal to 0. So we'll take I dash is common. R2 plus R3 plus RL equal to IR2. We'll send this to RHS side. Now I dash equal to IR2 divided by R2 plus R3 plus RL. This is the current flowing through the load resistance. So I dash is the current flowing through the load resistance. Now substitute the value of I. We know from equation 4, this is equation 5. We know from equation 4 I value. So we'll substitute in E5. So equation 5 becomes I dash equal to E into R2 plus R3 plus RL divided by R1 R2 plus R1 R3 plus R1 RL plus R2 R3 plus R2 RL whole divided by, we'll have into R2 here. So because this is R2 here, divided by R2 plus R3 plus RL. So here this R2, R3, RL and this one will get cancelled. So we will be remaining with ER2 divided by R1, R2 plus R1, R3 plus R1, RL plus R2, R3 plus R2, RL. This is the I dash value. Let us take this as equation number 6. So from equation 1, this is the equation 1. So from equation 1 we have VTH equal to ER2 divided by R1 plus R2. Again from equation 2, Thevenin's resistance RTH equal to R3 plus R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Now we have a equivalent circuit. This is the equivalent circuit. If we see this equivalent circuit, the current I double dash, this is the current flowing in the equivalent circuit. So the current I double dash in the equivalent circuit is given by current in equivalent circuit I double dash is given by VTH divided by RTH plus RL, because see RTH, here it is, RTH and RL are in series with each other, so RTH plus RL. We know from Ohm's law V equal to IR, so I equal to V by RT plus RL. This is the equation. Now we know we'll substitute the values of VTH and RTH. So I double dash will become ER2 divided by R1 plus R2 whole divided by RTH value is R3 plus R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2 plus RL. This is the equation. Now after simplification, we'll simplify this. ER2 divided by R1 plus R2 into, we'll take this denominator to the numerator. It becomes R1 plus R2 LCM. We'll take the LCM. So it becomes R1 R3 plus R2 R3 plus R1 R2 plus R1 RL plus R2 RL. So R1 R2 will get cancelled. The equation becomes I double dash equal to ER2 divided by R1 R3 by R1 plus R1 R3 plus R2 R3 plus R1 R2 plus R1 RL plus R2 RL. So this is the equation number, here we have taken 6. So this is equation number 7. Now while comparing 6 and 7 equation, we get I dash is equal to I double dash. See, if you compare this and this equation, both equations are same. So I dash equal to I double dash. Hence, the Thevenin's theorem is verified. Theorem is verified. This is the proof of the Thevenin's theorem. Thank you.